How's it going, everyone? My name is Sinikle, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. We are in the final chapter, Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi. And we're still collecting and connecting those fragments, so let's go ahead and continue from where we last left off. Which, by the way, if you want to watch the previous videos to get caught up, link, as always, is in the description down below, so go ahead and check it out. To the playlist. The lovely playlist. Alright, so we have finished the first sacrifice. So next we need to go to... Where are you? Research is going well.
Furude さん、お待たせしました。今、最後の検査を終えたところです。もうすぐ戻ってくると思います。
娘が村のために役に立てばいいのですが。
とんでもない。リカさんの協力は村を救うことにもなります。おかげでようやく治療方法にも目処がついてきたところです。仕組みはまだ調べているところですが、リカさんの存在がやはり村人にとってとても大切なものであることが分かってきました。レベルの進んでしまった一般感染者は自力ではそのレベルを下げて症状を安定させるのが非常に困難です。ですが、女王感染者に接近することで脳内にある種の物質が作られることが分かっています。その物質には鎮静効果があり、また進んでしまった症状のレベルを抑え回復させる力もあるようなのです。この物質を処方できるようになれば治療の強力な決め手となるでしょう。
そうですか。リカにそのような力が。
驚かれるには値しないのでは。フルデの巫女には荒れた心、鬼を鎮める神追力があると代々伝えられているんではありませんでしたっけ。私たちが解明しなくても村の数百年にわたる歴史はすでにそれを知っていたわけですわ。
そうですね。大昔の方の聡明さは時に現代医学から見ても感心させられます。
検査が終わったのです。
リカ、大変だったな。疲れただろ。これで自動販売機でジュースを買ってきなさい。
血をいっぱい抜かれたから補給なのです。
Rika took the 100 yen coin that was offered to her and ran out into the hallway.
本当にリカさんの協力のおかげです。彼女が献身的に協力に応じてくれなければこれほどまでに研究が進むことはありませんでした。
リカは自分の友達もその病気にかかっているということを気にしていて、友達のためにも協力したいと常に言っていました。どうか先生方、リカの心意気を汲んでやってください。
もちろんです。毎週日曜日に貴重な時間を割いていただいているのです。必ずや成果にしてみせます。今後もリカさんに過酷な実験を強いることがあると思いますが、どうかお許しいただければと思います。
彼女に危害を加えることは絶対にありませんわ。彼女はとてもとても大切な身なのです。何しろお社様の生まれ変わりなんですから。
大昔の村人はどのようにしてこの病気のことを知り、フルデ家にその女王の血が流れていることを知ったのやら。ご先祖様たちにはつくづく頭が下がります。
それで実はまた辛いご協力をお願いしなくてはなりません。彼女の脳脊髄液の採取のご許可をいただきたいのです。また場合によっては彼女の頭蓋に線香を開け直接頭部の中を検査させていただくことになるかもしれません。
頭蓋骨に穴ですか？
もちろん安全性には最大限注意します。リカさんはたった一人しかいない女王感染者なのです。 間違っても危害を加えることがないよう、私どもで最も安全な方法を模索した上で提案させていただいています。
もちろんリカちゃんは女の子ですもの。東部先行周辺の頭髪には気を使いますので、丸坊主にしてしまうようなことはありません。ただ経過を慎重に見るためにしばらく入院をしてもらうことになりますが。
もちろんその間面会謝絶ということはありません。検査にもぜひ立ち会ってください。お父さんが身近におられた方がリカさんも安心するでしょう。
その検査はどうしても必要なもので、絶対に安全なものなのですか？
脳脊髄液の採取も頭蓋の選考もどちらも 100% の安全を保証することはできません。常に 1% の危険があります。またリカさんに身体的あるいは精神的苦痛を与えるでしょう。いくら重要な検査といえどもご家族の同意なしには行えません。
リカちゃんには実はもう同じ話をしていますわ。
リカはなんと？
自分は構わないと、それはもうあっけらかんと。
I would not trust that. No. No, you ask her directly, okay? Do not take the word of someone else. No. Don't you do it.
リカさんには危険や苦痛が伴う可能性があることをもちろん十分に説明しています。ですがやはり保護者の方の承諾をいただかないわけにはいきません。
リカは自分のことを本当にお社様の生まれ変わりだと信じている時があります。だから村人のために自分の身を捧げるのが自分の義務だと思っているところがあるのかもしれません。
立派なお子さんだと思います。
一応家内とも相談させてください。納得はしてくれているのですが、やはりことがことなので話をしないわけにもいかない。
ええ、ご家族の同意は不可欠だと思います。よくご相談なさってください。
その検査は病気の根絶のために重要な意味があるのですね。
はい。hinamizawa症候群のベールを剥ぐ決定的なものになるでしょう。
決定的なものの第一歩にですわね。
すでにご説明しておりますように、女王感染者に万一のことがあった場合、感染コミュニティに致命的な崩壊をもたらす危険性が予見されています。平たく申し上げると、村人全員が突如として末期発症を起こす可能性もあるということです。
ええ、急性発症の平均から見て女王感染者死亡から48時間以内に全感染者が末期発症を起こします。それだけは絶対に防がなくてはなりません。
リカが死ぬようなことがあれば村中が大パニックに陥って恐ろしいことに。
はい、それを防ぐのも私たちの役目です。そのために危険を冒さなければならないのはとても皮肉なことですが、根絶のためには避けて通れない道だと思っています。
入江先生、必ずその検査を成功させていただけますか？
ですから医学には 100% や絶対などという。
ええ。
Eri answered with a nod, interrupting Takano's vague response.
私入江京介がリカさんを救います。村人も救います。絶対にです。
わかりました。家内と相談させてください。その上で後日改めてお返事させていただきます。
はい。
I got a feeling she is not gonna go over it well.
よろしくお願いいたします。
Oh, with that evil laugh. Fuck you. God damn it. I hate her so much. After Rika and her father left, Takano started to laugh like an evil little bitch.
どうしましたか?
Right in front of Eri, too. Lovely.
何か愉快なことでも。
いえいえ、患者とご家族から律儀に事前承諾を取られていたのがなんだかおかしくって。
リカさんには本来無用の苦痛を強いています。それくらいは最低限の礼儀だと思いまして。去年の男も正常な状態にあれば事前承諾を取りたかったところです。
入江所長はここの研究を始められてからずっと罪の意識に苛まれているのではありません？
それはどういう意味ですか?
This type of teasing was normal from Takano. But maybe she had gone a little too far. Eri made it clear how displeased he was to hear that.
hinamizawa症候群の研究は生きた人間を研究対象とすることでのみ進められる。それが分かってなお、あなたはこの研究を進めることに罪の意識を感じている。
罪の意識は必要です。殺人であれ、解剖であれ、相手に死を強いる点で変わりません。私たちはその罪を受け止めてなお、その死を無駄にしないために最大限の努力と研究を重ねなくてはなりません。
ご高説ですわね。
Oh. Music changed.
では入江所長、あなたはこれまで間違いなく非合法とされる実験を行う際、何度の事前承諾を取られたというんですの
Eri didn't think Takano knew about that.
あなたの人の罪は脳の疾患によるものという独りよがりで、一体何人の患者が事前承諾なくあなたの研究対象とされてきたのかしら
それは。
常識は時代で変わる。当時は医者が治療をいちいち説明することなどなかったし、事前承諾なんて大したものではなかった。だから当時のことは気にしなくていいんじゃないですかしら。今は倫理上問題があっても当時は問題なかった。ならばいいじゃありませんの。でもそれに罪を感じているからリカちゃんやあの男にさえも事前承諾が取りたかった。
それは誤解です。そもそも治療と解剖では患者。
ねえ坊や。
Oh, ho, ho. Oh, giving me the boy treatment now, huh?
あなたが欲しいのは事前承諾という名の免罪符。そうでしょ。あなたが欲しいのは過去の罪をあがないたいという心を満たすだけの欺瞞、そのためだけの免罪符。後悔しているならば二度と脳に関わらなければいい。なのにだらだらと後悔しながらあなたはいつまでも未練がましくこの世界で脳に関わっている。その罪の意識が本物ならあなたはあの時所長就任の話を断ればよかったはず。そうでしょう、坊や。
Would you stop with the boy? Huh? Yeah, little cunt. Yeah, how's it feel?
とても深いです。
I know it's not the same, but god damn it.
私は失礼させていただきます。
聞きなさい。
Oh!
医学は常にその時代の倫理や価値観との戦いから勝ち取られるの。
Uh-huh.
かつて高野先生がHinamizawa症候群の存在を予見した時、その時代の権威たちは自分たちの無知を棚に上げ、その先見性を嘲笑った。でも病に倒れる直前まで研究を捨てなかったわ。必ず自分がいつか評価される日が来ると信じて、そしてその日が自分の死後であったとしても必ず来ると信じて、それは強い信念と揺らぎのない鉄の意志があるから成し遂げられること。そうでなければ時代の無理解に高野先生は屈していたはず。研究はね、意志の力で成し遂げるのよ。絶対的に強固な意志だけが結果を紡ぎ出す。でもあなたにはそれがない。あなたは自分の実績を誇るべきか恥じるべきかすら自分で決めかねている臆病者よ。そんな中途半端な覚悟でよくこのような研究所の所長を引き受けられたものね。血塗られた両手をさらに血に浸すことでしか明かせぬ研究だと最初から分かっていたはずなのに。
否定はしません。私は中途半端かもしれない。
ならば所長を辞任なさっては。守秘義務は残るでしょうけど、あなたはこれ以上罪の意識に苛まれなくて済むでしょう。私にとってあなたはパートナーである以前にクライアントが要求した人事上の駒でしかない。こうして研究機関が成立した今、あなたの存在はもう重要ではないの。しかもその上、研究に対する覚悟が足りず、研究のパートナーとしても役立たずなら、あなたは無能の用なしよ。私は一人でも研究をやめない。どんな罪も後悔も恐れない。強固な意志だけが未来を紡ぐ。かつて高野先生が高潔な精神で成し遂げたように。
立派な決意だと思います。ですが私もあなたに及ばないにしてもわずかの決意があってここへ来ています。そしてあなたの言う通り、私の手はすでに血にまみれています。そしてHinamizawaに来てさらに血に浸しました。だからその責任を全うするまでは私は逃げることはできません。相変わらず私は罪を清算できず苛まれ続けるでしょう。でも逃げない。必ずHinamizawa症候群の研究を決着させます。それだけがこの研究に命を捧げてくださった方、そしてこれから捧げることになるかもしれない方への最後の誠意だと思っています。
Yuri wore a determined look on his face. He appeared different from even a moment before, when he was baffled by Takano having brought up those painful memories. For a short while, Yuri's eyes displayed his strong will, and then he turned around.
おそらくリカさんの検査は承諾が取れるでしょう。準備をお願いします。
ええ、心得ましたわ、所長。
They got their consent the following week. Holy shit, they did! What the fuck? Well, alright then. Oh, that was a long one actually. Holy shit. Was it really? No, okay, never mind. It's actually pretty normal. 19-ish minutes. Huh. I don't know how I feel about that, though. I just don't know how I feel about it. Alright, now that we have finished that, let's go over to page 3. A routine inspection is up next. Prior consent for the collection of cerebrospinal fluid is required. I think I butchered that, sorry. I'm butchering things today. I'm still tired. Oh my god. The lights came on in the meeting room as the slideshow ended, and all the auditors began to applaud, praising the Erie Institution's dramatic accomplishments.
素晴らしい。実に素晴らしい。本音を言わせてもらえば、私はこのひなみざわ症候群の研究はあまり期待していませんでした。
仮に進むとしても、10年単位で3歩進んで2歩下がるような研究になると思っていました。
いやいや、それが短期間の間にこれだけの成果を上げられるとは。入江所長の努力と指導の賜物です。
そんなことはありません。私を支えてくださる優秀なスタッフと、そちらの高野さんのおかげです。
ご謙遜を。やはり脳に関しては、入江所長は天才ですわ。何しろ、脳に関しては誰も及ばない実績をお持ちなのですから。
そうですな。あなたと同じ年の医者で、あなたほど大勢の脳みそをご覧になってきた方はおりますまい。
おめでとうございます、入江にさ。私もこれで東京に胸を張って報告に帰れます。
富武さんに良いお土産が持たせられて光栄です。あと、ニサというのはご勘弁を。どうしても馴染めませんので。というか、リサさんって聞こえるんですよね。
What the fuck?
まるで女性の名前みたいに聞こえますね。
でも、二郎さんも影の立役者ですわね。なかなか成果の出せない私たちの予算を、二郎さんが懸命に努力して維持してくださったおかげですわ。
いや、でも、今回の成果は劇的です。hinamizawa症候群の病原体を特定し、今後の研究計画に具体的道筋をつけることができました。以後の進捗監査がとても楽しみになります。
Okay, not voiced. I'm sure the Tokyo office will quit bothering us about cutting your budget with these sort of results.
何しろ、皆さんにお出ししている缶コーヒーの予算まで削られそうになったんですものね。
Ha 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 ha, very funny.
富武君、東京にしっかり報告して、祝杯が挙げられるくらいの予算はつけるよう愚信してあげなさい。
無知ばっかりではいかんね。飴もないとね。
その飴は予算で還元していただけると一番嬉しいのですが。
Okay. And with that congenial atmosphere, our routine audit was over. Erie was surrounded and being questioned by National Institute of Infectious Diseases workers who had joined the auditors.
高野さん、おめでとう。みんなの前では言えないけれど、今日の成果は全て高野さんの積み重ねによるものだよ。
ありがとう、二郎さん。
Jiro-san and I are the only ones here who know that strings were pulled in order to create the Erie Institute. So only Jiro-san can understand what I had to go through.
でも、これでようやく研究の舞台に立てたというところね。私の挑むべき相手が、ようやく同じ土俵に上がってくれただけ。正念場はこれからよ。そして、ここからが最も楽しいところになりそうだけど。
それでね、今回の件で中川本部長の方からぜひ東京で報告会をしてほしいと伝言をことづかってるんだ。アルファベットの理事会もぜひ君と会合を設けたいって言ってたよ。みんな君に直接話を聞いてみたいようだね。
あらあら、二郎さんを経由した報告じゃ物足りないのかしら。
いやそういう意味じゃないとは思うけどな。きっと噂の美人研究員を直接見てみたいんじゃないかななんて。
あら嫌だ、二郎さんったら。
失礼します。高野さんさ、東京からお電話です。
お待たせしました。高野です。
おお、元気にやってるかの。
小泉先生、わざわざお電話をいただけるなんてとても恐縮でございます。
いやな、みおちゃんの研究が大金星を挙げたという話が来てな、お祝いを言おうと思って電話したんだ。
ありがとうございます。はい、おかげさまで研究の第一段階であり、最大の目標でもあったHinamizawa症候群の病原体特定に成功しました。
そうかそうか。ついにやったな、みおちゃん。天国で高野くんもきっと大喜びしているだろうの。
まだまだですわ。祖父はHinamizawa症候群の病原体特定などという段階を超えて研究していました。人の思想や意志が実は人以外の寄生的存在によって支配されていた可能性、それを暴いて初めて祖父の研究は偉業と称えられるのです。世界中の思想や宗教が全て寄生虫で説明できたなら世界はひっくり返るくらいの大騒ぎになるでしょうね。
それは愉快だの。偉そうに振る舞っとる宗教家連中が単なる寄生虫の親玉に過ぎんと実証されたら、それは本当に愉快だろうの。ぜひそんな愉快なのを見せてくれ。みおちゃんがそれを見せてくれるまで、私は天国のお迎えを断り続けてるからな。
縁起でもありませんわ。でも楽しみにしていてくださいね。きっと世界中があっと驚く発表をしてみせますから。その時に初めて世界中が祖父の偉業を知り、祖父が残した資料を奪い合って読み合うことになるでしょう。そこまで至って私はようやく祖父への恩返しを終えるのです。
高野くんが羨ましいの。私はな、金なんかこんなにいらんかった。この半分は捨ててもいい。あんたみたいな自分の志を継いでくれる孫が一人いてくれたらと思うよ。
ありがとうございます。身に余るお言葉です。
あとな、小泉のおじいちゃんからのプレゼントだ。みおちゃん宛てにな、祝杯用のワインを1本送らせた。みおちゃんの家の住所がわからんかったから診療所宛てにしてある。取り寄せに手間がかかってるらしいからちょっと時間がかかるかもしれんが、届いたらみおちゃんの研究を手伝ってくれた人たちを集めてそれを振る舞ってあげなさい。
祝杯用にワインなんて。はてさて、小泉先生からどんな高級ワインが届くやら。
そんな高級酒と違う。みおちゃんも覚えとらんかね。高野くんがいつも一本のワインを大切にしておったの。
I remember. That's right. My grandfather kept a certain bottle of wine. I don't know if he bought it himself, or if someone gave it to him. But he treasured it, and he always said he'd open it when his research finally gained recognition. I was a child then, so I don't even remember what brand it was, but Mr. Gyozumi would know. He went through all the trouble to find the same bottle of wine for this special occasion. For the first time in a while, Takano felt the same sunny warmth she experienced during her time with her grandfather.
ありがとうございます、小泉のおじいちゃ
ん。やっぱりみおちゃんにはそう呼ばれた方がしっくりくるの。どうも みおちゃんに先生と言われても自分のことだと思えなくてな。
I can't help but smile along with him, because I think Tamatake and Iri were just having a similar exchange.
そう呼ばれる方がお好きでしたら、人前以外ではそう呼んでも結構ですわよ。
できれば人前でもそう呼んでもらえると喜ぶんだがの。
I don't know exactly how old he is, but if he can laugh so energetically, he'll live for many more years to come. I guess the saying about living a long life is true after all.
私も高野くんもみおちゃんのような子が本当の家族だったらと思うよ。本当にな。
My grandfather had his own family, of course. But because he was so into his research, he became estranged from his wife. They were legally married, but they lived separately. Damn. I never met his family when I was a child. I only met them after my grandfather committed suicide. During his later years, my grandfather went into psychological despair and began to look at his life with cynicism. His condition became worse over time, and he was shocked at his own dementia. He was afraid of living while his consciousness degraded. So he jumped off the rooftop of the hospital. That sounds a little familiar. Only my name was in his suicide note. None of his family members' names were on it. That's when all his relatives showed up and took everything my grandfather left behind. They were afraid I was going to get his estate. They had the lawyers and all that, so I backed down. I asked for everything in his study in return. Those idiots don't understand the value of my grandfather's research. They were actually happy to strike a deal out of court, and they could also get rid of the piles of papers and jars with human organs in them. They never even showed up once when he was alive. Yet, like hyenas, they appeared after his death. I'd never let them put their hands all over my grandfather's research. Fortunately, I was able to protect my grandfather's soul from their tainted hands.
それでは長くなると悪いから、これ困ったことがあったらいつでもおじいちゃんに頼りなさい。孫娘のためにいくらでも一肌脱ぐからの。
ありがとう、小泉のおじいちゃん。ミオはもっともっと頑張りますね。
Ooh. Alright. That was quite something. Alright, so let's see what's next. Alright, so next up is the old guy. The death of the dam construction site manager is required. Really now? Oh, here we go. Oishi-san. Alright. I don't know what to say. I want to say something, but I can't think of the right words. I can only sigh.
Ah, Oishi-san. 探したんすよ。課長から手配写真の。
静かにせい。ここは騒ぐ部屋ではないぞ。
As Kumagai barged into the room, the old coroner quickly snapped back at him.
すみません。ですね。課長が容疑者の手配写真について。
ああ、それ小宮山君に相談してくれませんかね。ちょいと私 じい様と話がありまして。すぐに上がりますと上に解いてください。
あ、わかりました。
Kimagai ran out of the autopsy room with the same haste he entered in.
賑やかな男だの。
おやっさんだったらやかましいって言ってげんこつの一つも食らわしてるところです。
お前さんも少し上に戻った方がいいぞい。ここの空気は慣れんやつには合わん。
そうですね。あんまりサボってると私もげんこつを食らっちまいそうです。
獅子骨界隈じゃチンピラも避けて通るお前さんをツモの切り方が悪いとげんこつを食らわせてきたのは後にも先にもこいつだけだったの。
容赦のない人だったな。本当の親父よりげんこつもらった気がしますよ。
本当も嘘もないわい。お前さんが本当の親父だと信じてたならこいつも本当の親父だ。
My real father passed away in Nagoya. He was unlucky. If he wasn't given the order to move to a plant in Nagoya, he wouldn't have died in an air raid. If he could have rode it out another half a year or so, then the war would have been over. I was sad, of course, but I was grown up enough by then that I didn't cry into the ground like my mother did. But people feel sadness in different ways. True. For some people, it comes all at once, as an overwhelming wave, but others feel sadness gradually, over a long period of time. I think I was the latter. When he was alive, I only thought of him as annoying. In my mind, I even cursed him with questions about why he avoided the draft. And I thought my feelings towards him would always, be the same. Then the war ended. As I saw families and friends being reunited with joy as they came home from the front, it finally happened. I grieved for my father's death. Japan was filled with people who were sad and full of despair. I knew I wasn't the only one whose life ended up that way. But I remember I was very, very heartbroken. After the war, the nation completely changed. As a policeman, the environment I worked in went through sudden changes too. In order to forget my sorrow, the only thing I could do was devote myself to my work.
当時、私はいろんな取り締まりをやらされてましてね。食料とか生活必需品を非合法な手段で買い込む人たちをよく検挙したもんです。そりゃあもうゾロゾロ引っかかりましたっけ。僕らのあたりは物が豊かで、そういった物を手に入れるのにかなり都合が良かったそうなんですよ。
After the war, Japan faced a chronic shortage of food supply. To those ends, the nation instituted a food rationing program by signing the Food Control Act. But the rations the government provided weren't even close to being enough to feed families. Therefore, people had no choice other than buying food and supplies on the black market. The government hardly had enough food for rations, but there were somehow plenty on the black market. The dealers were sold. Wait, what? The dealers there sold it at an outrageous prices, and some of them became quite wealthy. The Sonozaki family made their money through the black market, and that's another story. The government didn't bother arresting these dealers, for, with their money, they were able to buy off the top members of the police department, Instead, they decided to go after the people buying the goods, and even confiscated the rice they bought by selling everything they owned. Okay, not voiced, got it. Yeah, I remember that. Wasn't there a prosecutor who starved himself to death? Yeah, there was. A prosecutor who vowed not to eat illegal rice starved to death. Wasn't it in 1947? That was horrible. He, a public prosecutor, proved it himself that people couldn't starve by adhering to the law. That prosecutor had grown tired of the government charging people with doing whatever they could to survive. And he proclaimed that he was never going to buy black market rice again. In 1947, he starved to death when he was only in his mid-30s. The law prohibited people from buying black market rice, but that was the only way to survive. In that case, was the Food Control Act a bad law itself? The death of the prosecutor was seen as a desperate message to the government about the unjustness of that law. We rounded up people with bags of rice and lined them up at the temporary inspection point next to the station. It was like a military tribunal. We inspected their bags and confiscated everything that they bought at the black market. They sold everything they owned to buy the rice. They pleaded that if we confiscated the rice, how would they feed their starving children? Yet they forbid you from going after the sellers, so it was absolutely unfair from the viewpoint of the people. Everyone was on edge. If they heard a police inspection was set up at the next station, they'd jump off the train and run. Understandable. We were aware of these people, so we set up several officers near jump-off spots in order to capture them. Jesus Christ. I remember chasing after women carrying several kilos of rice on them. That was when I first met the old man.
いやー、驚きましたよ。私の親父にね、あまりにもそっくりだったんですよ。私はね、てっきり死んだと思っていた親父が帰ってきてくれたんじゃないかなって本気で思いましたよ。
I was chasing a man who was running away from the inspection point. There was no way for him to run with a heavy bag of rice on him. So either he'd get arrested with the illegal rice or escape by ditching the rice that he bought by selling all of his belongings. In other words, if a person is being chased by the police, that person can't provide his family any rice to eat. Of course, I felt guilty about that. I knew people had to buy the rice to survive. So we had a tacit agreement to let those who ditched the rice and ran get away. So I always thought the same thing as I chased them. Please throw it away. I didn't want to catch him, because I didn't want to hear him crying and pleading in distress. It was then that the old man showed up. He looked exactly like my dead father. I was dumbfounded. Then, all of a sudden, he punched me in the head. If a father disciplines you as a child, you lower your head in apology. I was so happy to see my father alive that I couldn't hold my joy in. The old man said, "Let him go." When I heard his voice, I realized he wasn't my father, so I thought I'd arrest him for assaulting a policeman. But a young man like me, who'd barely grown any hairs yet, weird thing to say, but okay, was no match for an older man used to fighting.
いや、たっぷり説教をもらいましたよ。 大通りの真ん中でぶちのめされた挙句に普通に考えたらそんなのに耳なんか傾けないですよね。でもあの時の私はどうかしてたんです。どうしてもおやっさんが親父に見えちゃって、おとなしく言うことに耳を傾けることしかできなかったんです。
まあそこで小づいただけじゃなく、男の器量もきっちりと見せられたのがこいつの大したところだったの。今時じゃすっかり珍しくなっちまった古き良き時代の生き残りじゃった。
Despite my age, I still needed a father. I needed someone to look up to, and to show me what makes a man a man. When I think about it, I really did have two fathers. The old man was a father, a brother, and my best friend. But now, here he lies with his head, body and arms, and legs all dismembered, and his right arm hasn't been found. Ah, the dismembered guy. He taught me how to be a man, how to enjoy alcohol, how to play mahjong. And with that right arm, he gave me a good beating when I did something wrong. But that right arm is still missing.
星の目星は？
ねえ、もちろんついています。おやつさんの右腕ももちろん取り返しますし、この借りもきっちり返します。
They are running Hinamizawa from the shadows, and inciting this collective crime they call the damn protests. The Sonozaki family. I declare war within myself. I already know who my enemy is. You think you do, but you actually don't. Sorry, but you got the wrong people, my man. Damn. It's so weird and strange seeing these things on the other side, you know? Oh my god, my throat is parched today, fellas. Alright, so what is next on the agenda after that? Page 4, Satoshi Hojo. Alright. Well. This fragment is required first. So we finally left the whole dismemberment thing, and looks like we're entering Satoshi's little arc here. Alright. I guess let's go. Okay. When I asked Rika-chan, she said Satoko might... Oh yeah, that's right. Before figuring things out, this is the first thing I clicked on, huh? Oh yeah, I remember. I'll read this stuff over again, of course. When I asked Rika-chan, she said Satoko might have possibly gone up to the mountain behind the shrine. She's fond of going there. That mountain is covered in with trees, vines, and fallen logs, and she really likes the area. Any child would dream of having a secret base. And to Satoko, her secret base is the whole mountain. Right. However, the mountains were undeveloped territory, making them a dangerous place that was easy to get lost in. As a brother, I'm a little concerned that she spends so much time on it. But maybe I should worry more about myself getting lost, since I rarely come here. The mountains get dark quickly when evening falls. If I still can't find her, I should look for her somewhere else.
SATOKO! SATOKO!
I'm yelling as loud as I can, but in the woods my voice doesn't carry that well. According to Rika-chan, she has been making her secret base in this area. She goes up there, alone, to expand it. What does she mean by expand it? If it's a secret base, she must not want anyone to find it. Does that mean she set up some traps? Considering that, I should have noticed the traps in the mountain before one got me. Suddenly my foot sunk into the ground and snagged on something like a jump rope tied beneath dried leaves. I heard some noise from up above, and then a big ball made of branches fell right next to me. It had to be one of the playful traps Satoko loved. If I wasn't so lucky, I'm sure the ball would have hit my head.
あらあらあら、どなたが現れたかと思えば、ニーニーではありませんの。
サトコ、ダメだよこんな遊びは。危ないじゃないか。
この先は危険だから入ってはいけないって営林書の看板がちゃんとあったはずでございましたよ。それを無視する方には素敵なトラップの大歓迎がお待ちしておりましたよ。
As her brother, I should stop her from doing things like this. But when I see her brilliant smile, I can't say anything else. I haven't seen that smile in some time.
それよりサトコ、今日は家族みんなで食事に出かけるから夕方までには家に戻りなさいって言われてたじゃないか。
別に私お食事なんか行きたくありませんわ。お母さんとお父さんが2人で行けばいいんじゃありませんの。行きたければニーニーも一緒に3人で行けばいいんですわ。
まだお父さんのこと怒ってるのかい？
He threw an ashtray at me.
違うだろう。
That happened with our previous father. Our current one hasn't done that. He locked me out on the veranda. He didn't feed me lunch. He complained I got him the wrong brand of cigarettes. Then he slapped my face saying I shouldn't be a picky eater.
それから。
She isn't talking about our current stepfather. Things about all of our different stepfathers have mixed themselves up in her head. Every time our mother remarried, we had to call, a different man our father. The word father isn't a word that should be taken lightly. If you don't truly acknowledge a man as your father, how can you call him that? That's how much weight it carries. However, just to make things smooth and peaceful, I used the word father even if I didn't want to. But it was too difficult for Satoko, young as she was, to do the same. Ever since Satoko was very little, she's been having troubles with all our stepfathers. She's never opened up to our current one. To Satoko, a father figure is no longer someone she can trust. It's true that our current stepfather doesn't have any experience being a parent, so he sometimes gets rather upset with her. But ever since the incident where Satoko called the child abuse hotline, our stepfather regretted his mistakes and tried his best to communicate with her. Even my mother realized how much Satoko has suffered emotionally when it was pointed out by the social worker. She's doing her part in trying to bring Satoko back into the family. But Satoko completely refuses to even try. It's understandable, though. Her childhood has been filled with misery. Satoko can only open up to me. That's why I have to be the one and only family member she can trust. Otherwise, she'll be all alone in this world. But a brother and a sister alone can't be considered a family. Even if we don't get along now, if we continue to communicate, even in a small way, we may be able to become a real family someday.
サトコ、今のお父さんはだんだん優しくなってきたよ。サトコと仲直りしたいっていつも言ってる。
そんなの聞いたことありませんわ。
お父さんがそれを言おうとするとサトコが逃げちゃうからだよ。お父さんももっとサトコと話をしたがってる。もうかぼちゃを無理やり食べさせたりはしないって言ってたよ。
嘘ですわ。 かぼちゃを食べるまでは食卓から出て行っちゃダメって何度も注意されましたわ。
Again, she isn't talking about our current stepfather.
さとこ、とにかくニーニーと一緒に家に帰ろう。せっかくお母さんが福引きで当てたお食事券が無駄になっちゃうよ。予約制だから今日行かないと無効になっちゃう。
ニーニーだけで行けばいいんですわ。私は一人でお留守番してるのが好きなんですの。
Satoko usually doesn't stay out playing this late. She knows we're going out, and that's why she's out here alone. Although I want to snap at Satoko, I controlled myself. Because she only has me. I can't scare her.
とにかくさとこ、帰ろう。食事に一緒に行くかどうかは帰ってから決めてもいいんじゃないかな。それにさとこに案内してもらわないと僕家に帰れない。
ニーニー、あれだけ何度も一緒に連れてってあげましたのに、まだここが覚えられませんの？まったくしょうがないニーニーですわね。
Satoko holds out her hand. She often says she's embarrassed to hold my hand in front of people, but she's holding out her hand right now. I took that hand. Satoko's fragile hand. I have to protect her as her big brother.
帰ろう、さとこ。
ええ。
That was very short. Alright. Whales. Some of these are very short. I guess they aren't all about 15 to 20 minutes long. Alright. Next up is... Where are you? Footsteps in the fourth year. Here we go. Satoshi Hojo's awareness of his sins is required. The forgiveness of Rena Ryugu's sins is required. Wait, what the fuck? Wait. Okay, that's wrong then, because I never did those, right? I'm able to do it. Huh. Weird. Alright, well, if I'm able to do it, then I guess I had the stuff, right? Huh. Okay. My harsh and brutal days are still continuing without end. The situation between my aunt and Satoko remains the same. My aunt yells at Satoko for no reason every night. Although Satoko cries, she still talks back to her. So my aunt's yelling goes on and on forever. Satoko's crying goes on and on too. When Satoko sees me, she grabs onto me. She hides behind my back and tries to ignore my aunt's yelling. She always comes to seek my help. Satoko doesn't open up to anyone but me. So if I don't protect her, she'll be devastated. That security is something our parents didn't grant to Satoko. I have to be the one to provide it. But every day, day after day, every time Satoko cries, every day, day after day, Satoko grabbed onto me while crying yesterday. I patted her head, but along with pity, a different emotion came to me. I wanted to grasp her head and smash her against the wall. What an unbelievably devilish and awful emotion. No. I can't think like that. No, it's not that I can't think it. I just can't acknowledge that feeling. Since that day, there has been someone else inside of me. That someone is trying to eat me up from the inside and switch places with me. when Satoko begs for my help while crying. That person tries to make me spill out some awful and hateful words that are sure to damage Satoko forever. Leave me alone. Don't grab onto me. Go away. No, I can't. To prevent him from taking over my body, I clenched my stomach and drove him out. I managed to do that. He fell into the syndrome. Oh no. Whoopsies. What is that, stage 1, stage 2, or something like that? Whatever. But that wasn't it. That person is coming after me, trying to get back inside of me. I won't let such a scary thing get back inside of me. He knows there's no room to slip into my heart as long as I keep it held shut like this. So he stopped trying, and instead is following right behind me. He's waiting for me to let my guard down. When I walk, he walks right behind me. He's breathing down my neck. Oh, this is bringing back memories. I'm remembering Keiichi experiencing footsteps behind him too. Y'all remember that? Okay, so no, this is not simple early stages of the syndrome here. This is oh boy, he's already deep in. Woohoo! He follows me everywhere, and when I lay down, he stares down at me. He's waiting for the right moment to jump back inside of me, so he can hurt Satoko. It's been so hot lately. Maybe the heat is getting to me, and that's why I think things like this. I'm the only family Satoko has, so I'll have to protect her from my aunt for the rest of my life. That's my eternal duty. The rest of my life? Forever? Do I really have to do that forever? If only Satoko. But I'm her only family. But it's because of my aunt. But it's because of the villagers too. It's almost Watanagashi. Oh. Close to the fated day where... to the aunt, huh? Some irresponsible people are saying that the curse will once again fall upon Hinamizawa. They're also saying it'll fall upon me and Satoko for sure. Maybe it's just my imagination, but lately the villagers expecting it are giving me especially sharp looks. Oh my god, this is only driving him even further in. No! Oh my god, paranoia! I feel like I'll be killed on the day of Watanagashi. Of course, there is no reason why I would be killed, and it's just my imagination. Pat. Don't come inside of me. Don't take that out of context. Okay. Satoko is my only sister and my family, so don't tell me those awful things. Pat. Stop. Don't come this way. The footsteps came up right behind me, and the hand touched me on the shoulder. I'm not gonna lie, that was oddly cute. Oh shit. Rena's out to kill ya. I must have been acting weird. Rena looked worried. Her name is Rena Ryugu. She just moved here and transferred to my school. Nobody remembers her, but supposedly she lived here in Hinamizawa a long time ago. In fact, she hardly remembers anything about Hinamizawa either. Since Mion is the only other classmate who is my age, I'm glad she's my friend. She usually carries on happily alongside Mion, but occasionally she shows more feminine consideration.
具合悪いの？保健室で休んだ方がいいんじゃないかな。
ありがとう。大丈夫だよ。僕、そんなにも具合が悪そうだったかい？
Her immediate answer made me realize I wasn't myself.
さとこちゃんのことで心配事？
いや、そういうわけじゃないんだよ。
She knows that my problem isn't physical, but a mental one. This is just something I think to myself. But even though Rena seems like a very easygoing person, maybe she's more perceptive than she appears. Sneaky little
レナは
bugger.
転校してきたばかりだから頼りないかもしれないけど、話を聞くことはできるからね。きっと聞いてあげるだけでも少しは心が軽くなると思うから。
Although she just transferred, she already knows quite a bit about me and my sister, and also about the situation with the villagers. But talking about it won't solve anything. Actually, if I talk about it, I feel like I'd be admitting my weaknesses, which might give that person a chance to get inside of me again.
さっき声をかけたらすごく驚いたでしょ。そんなにも考え事をしてるならきっと辛い悩みなんだろうなって思って。
それはなぜか最近誰かにずっと後をつけられているような錯覚がしてね。ひたひたペタペタ
ペタペタ。
だからそれかと思ってってごめん。
It's always been Rena. She's stalking you.
僕は一体何を言ってるんだか。
足音ついてくるの？
え？
私
Uh-oh.
その足音
No.
知ってる。
No, you don't. Don't do it. Don't you fucking start. No! No! I want to see Crazy Rena again, please! Give me some crazy shit. Fuck! That was good, though. That was good. Alright. What's next? What's next on the agenda there, eh? Footsteps in the fourth year. Ba-bam, ba-bam. Oh. Wait, what the fuck? Page 5. Satoko Hojo. Alright. Page 5. Satoko Hojo. Bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Oh, look at that. Keiichi Maebara, Rika Furude, Rena Ryugu, Mion Sonozake. Alright. This one might be the final one I'm gonna do today. We'll see how it goes, how quickly it ends. My name is Satoko Hojo, but Hojo is my current father's family name. I was also Satoko Hatake, Satoko... Okay, I get it. Yeah, okay. I'm still not used to be calling Hojo-san. If someone calls me Satoko, then I know that person is talking to me. Because Satoko is my name. Is the name I've been using since I was born. I don't understand why my mother keeps getting married and divorced. For that money? Probably. I mean, let's face it. If you keep getting married and then divorced, obviously you probably a scheme to get, like, you know, money. Half the money and half the profits from the husband and whatnot. Anyway, what? Anyway, if she's going to get a divorce, why does she get married? If she's married, why does she get a divorce? I've asked her before, but depending on the situation, her answers were different. When I asked her when she was married, she got angry. When I asked her when she got divorced, she cried. I don't understand the meaning of marriage, but I have no interest in drawing pictures of a bride in a wedding dress. I don't think I'll ever get married. I don't want to keep changing my child's last name. My teacher once asked if I liked my mother. I think it was when I was in kindergarten in Okonomiya. That was a very difficult question, because sometimes I loved her very much, and sometimes I hated her very much. I couldn't decide. When my mother was nice, she smiled all the time. When she made us happy, she thanked me for being her daughter. When my mother wasn't nice, she frowned all the time. She treated my brother and me very poorly. She told me I should have never been born. Damn! My teacher asked me if I liked my father. That was a very easy question, because I always hated him very much, no matter who he was. The new fathers always treated me nicely at first, as if I was their real daughter. They always told me I could think of them as my real father. But they couldn't be my real father. Besides, I don't even know my real father's face. How could I call them my father? I couldn't. That was disgusting. Right before divorce, my fathers always became very irritated with me. They treated me like a cockroach. They told me they didn't have money to feed me. They threw things at me, and they locked me out on their veranda. I was told I could forget about them because that was all in the past. I think that was a different teacher from a different school. Maybe that's true, because ever since Hojo became my father, my mother has been smiling. I haven't seen them get into a fight, as I have seen happen just before a divorce. They have little arguments here and there, but those don't lead to a divorce, and they always make up. But I'm sure they'll get a divorce sooner or later. Then it'll be the same old stuff with the family court, divorce settlements, a night flight, and a child support. So who knows how long this Hojo will be my father. That's why I don't even feel like calling him that. He also treated me well at first, but when I didn't call him father, even after he asked me repeatedly, he became irritated. They'll get a divorce soon. When my father gets into this mood, a divorce is on the way. After a divorce... Jesus Christ, I don't want to keep repeating these same words over and over again. Fuck! After a divorce? For the fucking 100th time. It's my mother's turn to be irritated with me. Then she'll tell me she shouldn't have had me, or she can't be happy because of me. Why is my existence causing problems for my mother? I asked my brother, and he told me. If you have children, it's not easy to find someone to get married with. To my mother, remarriage is a very important job, so I can understand having children around would cause problems. I think I can finally understand the reason why I'm a nuisance to her. I asked my brother something else. Why are children hated by new fathers? Well, that's simple. That's because family members all have different roles. A mother's job is to love her children. A father's job is to love the mother. That means I'm a nuisance to both my mother and my father. My brother is more mature than me, so they don't look down on him as a nuisance. I love how that changed to red. But maybe I am. No, I am definitely a nuisance. So now I know. Both my mother and father want me dead. But if they kill me, they'll be caught. But that doesn't mean they won't kill me. Okay. Okay. I see where this is going. I can see where this is going. If I were to look down the cliff and if no one was around, my mother and father would push me off for sure. My father has become abnormally nice to me recently. He started to act that way ever since I made the fake call. I know for sure that it's just part of a plot to kill me, so I won't let them trick me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lately, when I listen very carefully, I can hear a voice apologizing. The voice sounds similar to mine. Her mother must be telling her that she shouldn't have been born. I'm sorry. But I won't apologize like that. I'll live. I am going to strike back. I'll kill before I get killed. I'm sorry. Okay. So, for those wondering, if you're new, basically she just, she was getting unstable, which is why she was, talking like that, and, because being unstable, she got infected with, well, not infected, the, Hinamizawa syndrome was taking hold of her a lot more, faster and progressively. So, what the fuck was that? I just heard a sound behind me. What the fuck was that? Anyway, at the end there with her talking in red like that, that was under the effects of the Hinamizawa syndrome, and, well, basically, you know, the cliff thing. Yeah, she pushed her mother and quote-unquote current stepfather off the cliff. So, yeah. Kill or get killed. That's basically what she said. So, later on in the series, it seems like she doesn't remember killing her parents. So I guess the syndrome took hold of her and, you know, pushed her parents off the cliff. And then, poof, she was let go of the syndrome and she doesn't remember killing her own parents. Well, at least her real mother and her stepfather, anyway. Anyway, yeah, she killed her parents. There you go. That was a long way to go. I cannot explain shit. I told you, I can't explain well, but I tried my best, and, well, that's that. I think that's actually a perfect place to end it there. That was 6 fragments, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 5? Felt like 6. What the fuck? No, that can't be right. Oh, okay. No. This recording itself was 5, but I did a recording previous to that, which was 1 fragment. Okay, gotcha. So that's 6 in total. Gotcha. All right. So 1, 2, 3. I think we're good. How long has this recording been? An hour. So, hour, 20 minutes. That seems to be kind of good, right? Some of them were extremely short, like 5 minutes long. I was not expecting that, since most of them seem to be around 15 to 20. I was not expecting a 5-minute fucking fragment. But, yeah, I guess some of these are actually pretty freaking short. So that's good news, kind of? Anyway, I'm prolonging this ending here. I'm going to go ahead and end it here for today. You all will be getting 2 videos coming this Thursday on Thanksgiving. That way I can pre-record everything and then just schedule and upload. So that means you won't all be seeing it appear on Twitter. If I can manage to get onto the internet for just a few moments, I probably can post everything on Twitter. But, yeah, I'll have to schedule an upload instead of just doing it manually. But yeah. So yeah, 2 videos Thursday, Thanksgiving. So expect that. Probably just going to be Higurashi and Umineko together. So yeah, I look forward to that. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because there will be more Higurashi and Umineko coming soon. Whew. Damn. I try to get faster and faster every damn time. So yeah. Look forward to Thursday, and I hope to see you all next time. And until then, please, as a reminder, stay sinful, folks.